Good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, security guard shot dead at Baruku Cell, Rhino Camp Road in Arua City. One medical student arrested in Gulu City. And unknown assailants attacked the former traffic police spokesperson Nampima's home, killing guard. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's Monday, the 15th of May 2023, and you're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Police in Arua City are investigating circumstances under which Ben Amaku, a security guard attached to a security group Africa Company Limited, was shot dead by unknown assailants at Nofinia Medical Center located along Rhino Camp Road in Baruku's Central Cell. The Westnile Police spokesperson Josephine Anguchia stated that there's no suspect that has been arrested in connection to the incident. Let's have more on that story. Police in Arua City are investigating circumstances in which Ben Amaku, a security guard attached to security group in Africa Company Limited, was shot dead by unknown assailants. The incident happened around 1:50 a.m. on Saturday at Novafinia Medical Center located along Rhino Camp Road in Baruku Central Cell. The Westnile Police spokesperson Josephine Anguchia stated that a team of investigatives from the Arua Central Division has since visited the scene of the crime and recovered cartridges. She further noted that no suspect has been arrested in connection with the incident.
At the incident of robbery at the Novafina Medical Center located at Baruku Cell occurred on 13th May 2023 at about 2:30 a.m. in the night, where some armed people with one AK-47 attacked the medical center, which is located at Baruku Cell, Pangisa Ward, Central Division in Arua City, and shot one guard called Amaku Ben dead. So this incident was reported to police by the supervisor of SGA Security Company, which has been the one guarding that medical center. And immediately after getting information, our officers visited the scene. They documented the scene of crime, and the projectile and the cartridge were recovered, which will be forwarded for further analysis by our ballistic experts at police headquarters. And then the body was also retrieved and taken to Arua Hospital pending post-mortem. No arrest has been made yet, but as I speak, inquiries are at hand. Police is actually actively investigating so as to get the prime suspects and the weapon. We noted the issue of vigilance of the security guards. Of course, one challenge has been that there was a single guard deployed there, and yet recently it was advised that we should have two guards at every point of guard duty, so as to effectively support each other in cases of such attacks. But we monitored that there was only a single guard deployed, and that needs to be taken into action seriously by the management of the security company. Of course, police is already following that up with the management, And we therefore advise our people also at such places to be security vigilant. They should be conscious. They should know that anytime they can be attacked. Places that operate at night, like betting centers, like health centers, they should always be conscious and vigilant of the security of their surroundings. And the guards who are guarding these places should know that they will be number one target to wrong elements. So there is no need to really take security seriously. They need to be alert and conscious, vigilant, and at the same time alert police quickly in case they notice unfamiliar movements around.
Amaku had been deployed to guard the medical center when unknown assailants shot him dead. Okumuringa Christine for Westnile Television, Nilecast. And more in our stories for the evening. As a means to leverage the contribution of private sector in fighting poverty in Uganda, Food for Hunger together with the Ministry of Trade and Industry has held a supplier symposium in Gulu to build the capacity of smaller business owners in Gulu City. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports more.
For Uganda to achieve Vision 2040 of bringing the country to money economy, capacity building for small business owners in supplying goods and services to both national and international NGOs had always been a challenge.
But sometimes they don't call after submitting our bids to tell us what actually make us fail the contract, to tell us what actually was our weakness. So some thing of that kind can embarrass a person.
Sometimes you find that in a rural area like in Lamour, some people are running hotel at their level that they cannot afford to even have phones. Sometimes there's a network problem. Sometimes you don't even have MBs. So even operating maybe the high-tech phones of these days might be also a challenge. It's also one of the challenges which I think with time we shall maybe have to cope up with it, but it's still a very big challenge. So sometimes they send a request for quotation and they give short notice. Maybe the power outrage, power is off. The next point, the computer points are closed, they are also down, and maybe you need to move to some distance to get those services. They are not readily available within the community where we deliver services.
According to Robert, limited knowledge in ICT is not only affecting them in accessing information, but also in paying taxes.
People on this side they are not all that well versed in the modern system. Not only mail, also come to new technologies like e-freeze, which have been introduced by URA. So most of the companies that are registered for VAT, they may not be able to operate efficiently the e-freeze that has been introduced. So they end up facing the penalties for the action that they don't know they did, but the law said they do. They always do, you see.
Marvin Chikanya, the County Director, Food for the Hungry, says this seminar will enable the local suppliers to share their experience and boost their capacity by learning from the various government entities before them in the workshop.
First, we encourage all our suppliers, as you said in the meeting, to embrace technology. This is important to be able for them to grow their businesses. But also, as an organization, where possible, we'll try to use maybe basic means of communication, like calling. But really, it is in the interest of these small and medium businesses to embrace technology. It is in their interest as well.
Richard Diradira, who represented PS, Minister of Trade and Cooperative, urged the small business owner to make a good use of district commercial officers for bridging the information gap between the smaller business owner and Ministry of Trade, for bridging the information gap between smaller business owner and Ministry of Trade.
But also in every district now, we have the district commercial officers who are the representatives of Ministry of Trade at every district. One of their key outputs is linking farmers to the market and also display monthly or weekly market information at the marketplaces or at their notice boards. So you've been near the district commercial office place, or once in a while you'll be there.
To improve on suppliers' knowledge on supply chain best practice, Food for the Hungry has brought together different government agencies to build the capacity of these young businessmen for poverty eradication. Stephen Okedo for Westnile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. Farmers in Terego district have vowed to open up more land to increase on their acreage as they promise to produce more oil-producing crops like sunflower, simsim and soya beans. This commitment was made during the handover of the storage facility in Bilife Sub-County, presided over by the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Quilchin Grace Freedom. Let's have more on that story.
Aggregation Center di Banisa Sirisijo Amanebo, Amotoke Beni Amerinira. Kalusa se karenda moto kidale mvuo sunflower yazo first season ya ale ya ongwa ngirisi amvuo mani ya dale bore cha ekosu ya mange continue ibe ale kidi dia magasto atreta ni ngirisi amasini sendosu amalio mavu dia redraw abiribe
amomba ni unisa simani re ma vini masra aindi ma aombwangiri sila zere saadi kwata su nusu sakene kwata towiri uri mabili sendu suangiri kwa nema za school fees ya.
The food store here is not going to be redundant. We had a visit to that group. They had 17 acres of sunflower planted, and actually their request was that they would want to open more land for the 4 acres, but they would need a tractor to do this. And I think he quickly assembled a letter to our Mama Prime Minister that the Office of Prime Minister could support us with 1 tractor. Initially, we thought under PDM it would be possible for groups to buy this kind of machines, but we discovered this may be a little bit difficult unless they combine and say this is our priority, which again is also, I think, not a priority investment area. So if we could be supported, I am sure and confident these farmers will be able to make us proud.
I'll be happy to see the stores, and the chairman LC3, you've already committed yourself that there'll always be food in the stores. I'm very keen. I'm praying for life, and I come back again and see that there is food in the stores, because it will help you. It will help you to engage with money or with the money economy. The one you are eating, you will keep at home. The one you want to sell immediately, you will keep at home. But the one you want to save to help you in bad times, you will bring here. The one you want to process to add value, you will bring here. So this is a very fundamental economy. What can we be proud of? It will only be our stores which will help us. I don't know of which crop. If it is sunflowers, we shall be boasting of cooking oil. We shall be boasting of maybe animal feed. We shall be boasting of many things that can help us. Even here, what do we have? What is made in Terego, in Biliafe? But if we do our little things, even our acreage cannot go to an acre. Our harvest is only 1 basin or 1 sack, and we are proud of that. We shall remain in subsistence, which has kept us in poverty.
And more in our stories for the evening. The Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union wants the unfulfilled pledges made by the President of the Republic of Uganda fulfilled. The union, through the President, reminded the President during the national celebration of the International Nurses Day, celebrated on Friday in Arua City. The State Minister of Health, Hanifa Kawoya, who represented the President, promised to remind the President. Dennis Oringi reports more.
Holy people to love and serve.
The President Uganda Nurses and Midwives Union Chirop Justus Kiplangat has reminded the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of the unfulfilled pledges that have been promised to the nurses through their union. The leader of the union reminded the President last week on Friday during the International Day for Nurses, which the national celebration was held in Arua City at Muni University. Among the unfulfilled pledges that the union wants the President to fulfill include scholarship for 20 nurses, which the union says that the payment has been done partly, which is affecting the students enrolled.
His Excellency pledged the following to the nurses of this country. Okay, he pledged the support of scholarship. That one was partially done. He pledged 1 billion shillings for SACCO. Nurses here, you see them there, they have their circles to boost their meager pay. So that money has never come up to today.
Justus used the day to appeal to the State Minister of Health, Anifa Kawoya, to remind the President of the pledges.
It's now 4 years down the road, so we don't know what's happening. But we got communication from State House instructing the Minister of Finance to pay nurses 1 billion, but we have not seen that money. So we request you kindly to remind the President that money was not paid, it was not given to the nurses.
The President Nurses Union used the occasion not only to remind the President about the unfulfilled pledges. He stressed some of the challenges the nurses are facing, among other include heavy tax being levied on nurses while registering.
Nurses have been subjected to stamp duty tax, whereas other colleagues are not. Now, when you go to register your certificate or to renew, you must pay 100,000 before they renew the certificate. That communication came in. We said no, government should not subject these nurses. The little money that we have, you go and pay.
Amidst the challenges that the nurses are facing, some of the nurses are proud of their profession.
We have some of the politicians, they want to talk bad about us. They want to put us in the newspapers for the purposes of themselves being recognized. But I want to say, please, we need support. His Excellency, we need your support. We need you to pay all the pledges that you have given us as nurses.
I want to make people outside know that nursing, people had a biased mind that nursing is only for ladies. But people have come now, at least we are seeing top people are now coming in to take over nursing, even male.
The local council 5 Arua District Alfred Okwonzi and the area member of parliament Arua Central Division Arua City cannot forget to recognize the contributions of nurses in the development of the country.
Nurses and midwives are awesome. What they do is a lot in this region and in our communities, and also in nation building they do a lot.
Many times we blame medical staff. We blame nurses, that nurses are stealing drugs, nurses are giving sex, nurses are stealing equipment. I am not encouraging theft, but if we had catered for the welfare of these nurses, there would be nothing like stealing of drugs.
The State Minister of Health, Anifa Kawoya, who represented the President in the national celebration of the International Day, hailed the nurses and midwives for the difficult time they endured during COVID-19.
All aware that we suffered post-COVID-19 like any other country globally, and we lost many lives. But we have one thing that we should be proud of. It brought us one positive aspect that it united all of us together. You will find globally all sectors in the health service delivery. We are together to share means and ways how to improve and enhance on our health delivery service.
The minister promised to inform the President about the pledges he made and also encourages the leadership of the union to continue engaging the President's office on some of the issues that have not yet been fulfilled.
I want to say that the students under State House scholarship, which His Excellency promised, I have not seen him touch on it. Likewise are the same promises that were for Muni University. But I can assure him, Andy, I'll have a privilege also to say that, Excellency, when I presented you, these are the issues that have remained unmet, but all the same, the people thank you for those that have been met. I therefore want to say that whatever is not met, you raise them up, send them, so that I pass them for action.
Reporting for Westnile Television Nilecast, I am Dennis Oringi.
And with that story, viewer, we've come to the end of the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Ukumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.